Welcome.
Good evening. I'm Father Richard Smith from St. John's Episcopal Church in the Mission, and I'm here with a few representatives of the Justice4Amilcar Coalition and Faith in Action. In February 2015, Amilcar Perez Lopez was killed by SFPD. Initially, the former chief said Amilcar had lunged at the officers with a knife and they shot him in self-defense. This was later disproven by two separate autopsies and the testimonies from eyewitnesses, all of which showed that Amilcar was killed by 6 shots to the back as he was running away from the officers. Over this past year and a half, several hundred of us have vigiled and marched, held press conferences, filed a complaint with the OCC, published op-eds in the newspapers, and delivered a petition. Right now, we are awaiting the DA's decision, and we have insisted that he charge the officers who killed Amilcar with murder. He has more than enough evidence to do this. But now we have another concern, and this one is for you, the Chief and the Police Commission. Recently, District Attorney Gascon has informed us that after Amilcar was murdered, officers tampered with the crime scene. By the time the DA's investigators arrived at the scene, the medical examiner, under orders from SFPD, had already removed the body. As a result, no criminal investigation of the crime scene was possible. This breach of protocol by the police is at best gross negligence, and at worst a cover-up. And frankly, given the falsehoods we've heard from SFPD from the beginning, you can't blame us for suspecting a cover-up. And while we continue to insist that the DA has more than enough evidence to criminally charge the officers with murder, we now also bring this serious issue to you with the expectation that you will discipline, if not fire, the officers who tampered with this crime.
Yeah. Speaker, welcome.
Commissioners, good evening. Mark Scandrett. Amilcar Perez Lopez was my neighbor, and I'd like to read a portion of the letter that we submit to you tonight. We're requesting immediate action by this commission. As has been noted, on February 26, 2015, Perez Lopez, a 20-year-old Mission District resident, was shot and killed by 2 undercover police officers, Eric Roboli and Craig Tiff. Former Chief Sir claimed that Perez Lopez had lunged at these officers and they shot him in self-defense. However, as has been noted, 2 autopsies have clearly shown that Perez Lopez was killed by 6 shots to the head and back as he fled for his life. DA Gascon is currently investigating this incident to determine whether criminal charges should be filed against these 2 officers. In a meeting with community leaders on June 2nd, 2016, Gascon reported that his investigation into the police killing of Perez Lopez had been frustrated by the following. 1, the police department failed to report the incident to the district attorney's office. And 2, the presiding officer directed the medical examiner to remove the body of Amilcar Perez Lopez from the crime scene before the district attorney's office was able to conduct its investigation. The police department was in clear violation of its orders and protocols when they tampered with the crime scene, covering up the truth of what happened and sabotaging the district attorney's investigation. Due to alarming increases in light of new revelations about possible tampering of the crime scene, we insist and demand that the Police Commission take immediate action to investigate this matter and discipline the officers who violated the department's protocols.
Thank you. Next speaker.
We want the killing to stop. We want guilty officers charged and disciplined. And we want changes in the police department, training and practices that will lead to a more civil San Francisco. And this is signed with conviction, sincerity, and hope, members of the clergy.
Thank you.